and I have 12 years of teaching experience, and I have been allocated this subject, managerial economics. Okay. Uh, now let us start with the first of all, let us look toward the syllabus. Okay. Now, this is the core subject. You are the fresher. I know you are the fresher. So let us have to understand the syllabus first. So this managerial economics is the paper which is having 100 marks. Okay. Out of these 100 marks, 50 marks will be for your external evaluation and 50 marks will be for your internal evaluation. Okay. So and external evaluation means what? University of Pune will conduct the examination of 50 marks on this syllabus. Okay. So this 50 marks examination, there will be 5 questions, compulsory 5 questions. So you have to attempt 5 questions, and each question will carry 10 marks. Okay. So question number 1 will be on unit number 1. Question number 2 will be on unit number 2. Question number 3 will be on unit number 3. 4 will be on unit number 4, and fifth will be on unit number 5. Okay. So for question number 1, there will be alternate question from question number 1. So either you can solve question number 1 or question number 1. So there will be internal options to each and every question. So question number 1 will be on question number 1, unit number 1, and internal option of internal question will be from again question unit number 1. Likewise, in case of unit 2, there will be 2 questions. You can solve question number 2 or question number 2. So both the question will be for 10 marks. Either you can attempt question number 2 or question number 2. The syllabus will be from unit number 2 only. Then next question will be 3. So in case of question number 3, unit number 3, there will be 2 questions. Again, you can solve either question number 3A or either question number 3B. You can't solve. If you attempt both the questions from unit number 3, you will be give only 10 marks. Getting this? And likewise, there will be question on unit number 4. Again, question number 4A or question number 4B. Or I am talking about or. And last will be like your question number 5, which will be on unit number 5. Getting this? Now this is about external evaluation. External evaluation made by the University of Pune for 50 marks. Okay. Now what about remaining 50 marks? So for remaining 50 marks, these 50 marks is towards the institute. So on the basis of your assignments, on the basis of your attendance, on the basis of some of the projects, okay. So on the basis of some of the concurrent evaluation, the subject faculty is going to give you 5 marks out of 50. Okay. So there will be 5 parameters. On the basis of these parameters, you will be evaluated. There will be some of the assignments, some of the class test, some of the attendance, then presentation. So 5 parameters will be there for 50 marks, and each and every student will be evaluated on the basis of these 5 parameters. Getting this? So on the basis of your performance, your progress, your participation into these kind of various parameters, you will be given marks out of 50. Getting this? So out of 50, you have to attend to get the marks out of the 50. That is the concurrent, that is called as a concurrent evaluation. So by using some of the parameters, each and every student will be evaluated. So your first parameter is your attendance. First parameter is your attendance to the lectures. Second parameter will be your assignments. Third parameter will be your midterm examination marks. Next parameter will be your interim examination marks, and last parameter, fifth parameter, will be your, for example, some of the assignments or presentation. So by using this kind of various concurrent evaluation techniques, each and every student will be evaluated. Getting this? Do you have any doubt related to this concurrent evaluation and this 100 marks evaluation? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, students. For 50 marks, University of Pune will conduct the examination, that is external examination, where you have to appear this examination. And for remaining 50 marks, this will be your internal evaluation made by the subject faculty who is teaching to you. Okay. Do you have any doubt regarding to this? Then we will go towards the syllabus structure of this. Have any doubt related to this pattern? Yes, students.
No.
Okay, so everybody is clear about this marks and
Yes, sir.
marking division. So 50 marks are for your external evaluation and 50 marks are for your internal evaluation. Okay, now let us have a look on the syllabus structure. Now, those students who are from BBA background or maybe from arts background or commerce background, they may have studied this economics earlier as well. But those who are from engineering background, pharmacy background, or any background, they are very new with this economics. Getting this? Those who are from arts, commerce, or BBA background, they may aware about this economics. Okay. Now, what we are going to study in this economics? Look towards the first unit. You can see my slides now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now look at the first unit. So what we are doing here, so you are doing MBA, and while studying this MBA, you are studying the economics. That's why there is the word managerial economics. Means here you have to study the economics as a manager, as a business representative, as a representative of firm, as an employee of firm. You should know basic principles of economics. Basic principles of economics, tools of economics, laws of economics. You should know the basic concepts in the economics. So as a manager, while working in the organization, I should know the economics, because on the basis of this economics, my organization is going to survive. On the basis of this economics, my organization is going to be progressed. So here, though you are from various backgrounds, some of the students, some of the employee will be from engineering field, some of the from commerce, some of the from some other fields. But each and every employee working in the organization, he should know at least some basic concepts of economics, which are very important. Okay. So in first unit, what we are going to study, just look at the syllabus structure. So first we are going to study the concepts of economy. इकोनॉमी किसको बोलते हैं हम लोग ये देखेंगे. Okay, this after that we have to study the what is mean by economics, what are the parts of economics, what are the constituents of economics that we have to study. Then what do you mean, what is mean by microeconomics, macroeconomics, then nature and scope of managerial economics, why this syllabus is involved in the MBA curriculum. Getting this? That, as well as what are the areas of managerial economics where this economics is useful, what are the limitations of this, what are the scope of this managerial economics that we have to study here. And here we have to study the importance of managerial economics in decision making, how these tools, how these are the tools of economics are useful to manager to take business decisions. It may be related to supply side. It may be related to how to control the inventory. It may be related to your how to forecast the demand. It may be related to how to manage your production system. It may be related to how to control the cost. It may be related to how to decide the price of the product. Okay. So while taking this kind of decision related to inventory, decision related to labor, decision related to raw material, decision related to advertisement, decision related to fixation of price, decision related to providing the discounts, decision related to economic order quantity, decision related to purchase of raw material, decision related to purchase of capital goods like plant, land, building, the decisions relate to management of your funds in the organization. So while taking this kind of decision, what we are going to do as a manager, we should know the concepts of economics. Okay, that we have to study here. And then here we have to study about the concepts of firm. Firm means what? It is the organization. Organization क्या होती है, वो कैसे चलती है, उसके उसके constituents क्या होते हैं, उसके requirements क्या होती है, that we have to study in first unit. Then here also we have to study about the market. Market means what? It is the place where goods and services are bought and sold. Market means what? It is the place. It may be online or it may be offline. Getting this? It may be a place. This place may be a physical place or virtual place where goods and services or any kind of requirement of your business, it may be traded. That we have to study over here. That is something about market. Then what is the objective of your firm? How to set the objective of your firm? Then here you have to study the profit maximization model, then economics theory of the firm. Then here also you have to study the various maximization models in first unit. So these are the some of the maximization models which we have to study in first unit. Okay, so this is something about unit number first. So there is something like uh, Crit or Merck's behavior theory, then Mary's growth maximization model, then Baumol's statistic, then dynamic model, then Williamson's model, and managerial discretionary theory. So this is something about your first unit. So in first unit, you are going to grasp theories, various principles, various concepts of economics. Getting this? And which are useful to the manager while while working in the organization. Getting this? Second में हम लोगों को क्या सीखना है? That is something about the demand analysis and utility of demand. What we have to study here? We have to study the about demand analysis, how to set the demand, how to forecast demand, how to fulfill the demand, and to fulfill the demand, what are the laws of demand? What is the relationship between supply and demand? Getting this? What is the relationship between price, supply, and demand? Getting this? So whether there is a forward inverse relationship, or what type, positive relationship or negative relationship, whether there is the inverse relationship, this kind of relationship with respect to price, with respect to supply, and with respect to demand, that we have to study in second year. So various laws of demand, elasticity of demand, then what is the elasticity, what is mean by forecasting, how you are going to forecast, so what are the methods available for demand forecasting. Then along with this, you have to again study some of the statistical methods that could be used to estimate the demand analysis. Getting this? So if you are working in the organization, that time there should be no excess of resources and there should be no shortage of resources with the organization. If the excess of resources in the organization means what? Your resources will be idle in the organization. So again, you will suffer the loss. If there is the shortage of demand, getting this, so automatically you will lose your profit. So in second unit we have to study various concepts of demands, various methodologies of demand, on the basis of which we can estimate the demand in the market. That is something about second unit. Then once you have estimated the demand with the help of some of the tools and techniques, and here also you have to study about the determinants of demand. Determinants, which are the factor which decide your demand, that you have to study. Next is the supply and market equilibrium. Supply means what? Whether we are going to satisfy the need, what is the requirement of market, what is the expectations of the market, what is the market economy, and on that basis are we able to deliver, are we able to supply our good into the market on right time or not. And accordingly we have to find the exact time when to launch the product, when to grab the market, when to increase the when to increase the price, when to decrease the price, when to allow the discounts. Getting this? So then what type of advertisement tools and techniques it will be required. So accordingly we need to understand the market equilibrium. So at the time of deciding this market equilibrium, you need to study about the consumer, what are the your competitors. So these kind of things we have to study in third unit. Okay. Then next is the you have to study about revenue analysis and pricing policy. Revenue analysis means what? How you are going to increase your revenue, how you are going to maximize your profit. Getting this? So various some of the market concepts also you have to study here. Marketing concepts are also here in your fourth unit. ओके. सो ओलिगोपोली किसको बोलते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल एनालिसिस क्या होता है, ब्रेक इवन क्या होता है, प्रॉफिट फोरकास्टिंग क्या होते हैं, परफेक्ट कंपटीशन क्या होते हैं. सो वी हैव टू स्टडी various stages in the prices in fourth unit. And last unit is related to the consumption function and investment functions. Consumption function means what? If you are getting some certain kind of revenue, that time what are your saving strategies, what are your investment strategies, whatever income you are generating, you can't distribute entire amount in the form of profit towards the your shareholders. Okay, some portion of your revenue you should have to utilize for future expansion, for future growth, or some function, some part of your profit you should have to keep the reserve. So accordingly you have to study this kind of things in the fifth unit. So your syllabus consists of 5 units. Again, each unit has a same weightage. कितना वेट है? हर एक यूनिट में 10 मार्क्स का वेटेज. Okay. So again, here though syllabus or points on each and every unit will be different, but each and every unit has a weightage of 10 marks. Getting this? So if you skip, just listen me carefully. If you skip to study one unit, then what will happen? You will lose entire 10 marks. Getting this? So you can't put any unit for the option. Are you getting me? You can't put any unit for option. If you put any unit for option, you will be evaluated by 40 marks only. क्योंकि अगर एक यूनिट हम लोगों ने ऑप्शन को रखा तो डायरेक्टली मेरा 10 मार्क्स निकल जाएंगे. अगर मैंने 2 यूनिट्स ऑप्शन को रखा तो क्या हो जाएगा? I will be evaluated, or I will attempt only 2 questions or 3 questions out of 50 marks. Getting this? So if there are 5 units or 5 questions in the University of Pune examination, if I put 1 question for or 1 unit for option, then I will be evaluated out of how many? 40 marks or 30 marks. So don't put any unit for the option. You have to study all 5 units. Okay, so this was related to your subject syllabus. Okay, now let us go towards the business scenario. Okay, let us imagine our family. First of all, let us imagine our family. Okay, now see here, if you consider one family at that time, now see, if the family is there at that time, there will be some of the members. Okay, now just mute your mic. Somebody's mic is on. प्लीज म्यूट योर माइक. इसका माइक ऑन है, ऑफ कीजिए. Okay, so before studying the managerial economics, first let us understand one family. For example, let us imagine our family. Our family consists of 2, 3, 4, 5 members. Okay, now these are the members for whom again we require to earn the money. तो हमारे फैमिली मेंबर्स में जो कुछ लोग रहते हैं उनके लिए वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड बेसिक फैसिलिटीज लाइक फूड, ठीक है, देन शेल्टर एंड जो बेसिक एंड क्या बोलते हैं उसको, अन्न वस्त्र निवारा. गेटिंग दिस? सो टू फुलफिल द बेसिक नीड्स ऑफ आवर फैमिली, ठीक है, सो ये तो मेरा बेसिक नीड्स हुआ, अन्न वस्त्र निवारण मेरे फैमिली मेंबर्स को या मुझे लगने ही वाला है. गेटिंग दिस? नाउ टू फुलफिल और टू satisfy these basic needs, what I have to do, I have to earn the money. Because if I go in the grocery shop or if I go in the DMart at that time to purchase a food, to purchase a grocery, I need money. Getting this? Again, if I go, this is something about to satisfy the need of food. First, I need money. Second, to have some shelter. To have some shelter, again, I have to spend money. Getting this? Again, I should have to stay somewhere. I should have some of the physical place. I can't stay on the road. I can't stay in the at railway station. I can't stay on the bus platform. Getting this? Here, so you to survive or to stay in the society, you should have a physical place. Getting this? Now, to acquire the physical place, to acquire the food, to acquire the clothes. So these are the basic needs of the human. You need a funds. Getting this? So without money, without capital, without cash, I can't purchase material from the grocery shop. I can't purchase the food from the food hotels. I can't acquire the physical place like house. It may be your owned house or it may be your rented house. I can't get it. Again, फॉर डे टू डे एक्टिविटी, ये तो मेरे बेसिक नीड हो गए. मुझे फूड की जरूरी है, मुझे क्लॉथ्स की जरूरी है, और मुझे निवारा की जरूरी है, शेल्टर की निवारा जरूरी है, इसलिए मुझे पैसा चाहिए. ओके, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट टू हैव सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ लग्जरियस थिंग्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कभी कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं मूवी को जाऊंगा. कभी कभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, to use my vehicle, again I have to fill the petrol inside. To fill the petrol, again we require the some of the funds. Getting this? Means what? Along with your basic needs and necessity, each and every person is also should have some of the additional needs. So basic needs means what? As a human being, as an individual, first of all, I need to fulfill my basic needs, and along with my basic needs, we should have some of the supplementary needs. Okay, to fulfill my basic needs along with my supplementary needs means what? पहले तो मुझे मेरे फैमिली के लिए पैसा कमाना है. किसके लिए? मुझे फूड के लिए, उनके फूड्स के लिए, देन क्लॉथ्स के लिए, एंड अलॉन्ग विथ निवारा बोलते हैं, इसके लिए मुझे पैसा चाहिए. उसके बाद अलॉन्ग विथ दिस आई हैव टू पे एजुकेशन फी और ट्यूशन फी ऑफ माय डॉटर. I have to again make some of the expenses related to hospital. Along with this, I have to pay the insurance premium. Along with this, I have to pay, for example, some of the medical health tablet, medical expenses. Means what? To survive, to survive in the society, I need money for me as well as for my dependents. Getting this? Now, for that purpose, to satisfy my basic need, to satisfy my basic need and to satisfy my supplementary need, I have to find some of the sources of funds. I have to earn the money. Okay. So for that purpose, what I can do, I can find some of the some of the opportunities. So it may be I will start my business, or I will just work some in some of the industries. I will just become an employee so that I will earn the money. And whatever earning, whatever is the money, either in the form of profit from the business or either in the form of salary, I will generate money, I will collect the money, and the same amount will be utilized for satisfaction of my basic needs of my family as well as some of the supplementary needs of my family. तो इसलिए यहाँ पे क्या होता है, देर इज सी द इकोनॉमी. सो इकोनॉमी में क्या होता है, देर विल बी सम ऑफ द पर्संस who will sell out the products, for example businessmen, for example some of the government agencies, and there will be some of the persons who will purchase these, who will purchase these to satisfy the basic needs as well as to fulfill my supplementary needs. तो इनके हिसाब से क्या होता है, accordingly what is going to happen, this economy roll down. Getting this? There are some of the businessmen from whom, for example, if I am businessman again, so there will be some of the suppliers from whom I will purchase the raw material. Again, I will prepare the finished goods and I will sell out this product into the market. Okay. So in this case, I will be a middleman from supplier. I will purchase the raw material and I will supply this my finished goods to somebody else. Okay. So here to purchase the raw material, you have to invest the amount. Getting this? And whatever amount you have invest from so towards the supply of this particular material, again I will prepare the finished goods and I will sell out this product into the market towards the customer. Means whatever amount I have invested while purchasing raw material or inventories, I will recover from my customer. ठीक है, वो customer क्या करेगा, again customer will again find some of the sources and he will purchase the raw material, he will purchase the finished products from myself. जैसे कि हम लोग let us take an example, मुझे डीमार्ट से कुछ ग्रोसरी भरनी है तो मेरे पास पैसे होने चाहिए. ये पैसे कमाने के लिए मुझे इधर बिजनेस करना पड़ेगा या मुझे नौकरी करनी पड़ेगी या किसी से मुझे उधार लेना पड़ेगा पैसा. गेटिंग दिस? तो उसमें क्या हो जाएगा, सो एज ए इंडिविजुअल, if I want to fulfill my basic needs or supplementary needs, first of all, I need to earn the money. To earn money, I have to work somewhere. I have to provide my services to somebody. तो एज ए एम्प्लॉई मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, मेरा सर्विसेज मेरे एम्प्लॉयर को देना पड़ेगा. आई हैव टू वर्क देयर फॉर 8 hours, देन ही विल गिव मी सैलरी. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकंड थिंग, मुझे डीमार्ट में जाने के लिए पैसा चाहिए, इसलिए मुझे क्या करना चाहिए, मुझे खुद को कमाना चाहिए. तो कमाने के लिए मुझे किधर तो वर्क करना चाहिए या मेरा खुद का बिजनेस होना चाहिए. आई हैव टू सेल आउट दिस सम ऑफ माय सर्विसेज. फॉर एग्जांपल, I may be, for example, provide some of the services like insurance advisor. I may be, for example, teacher who will work and who will earn money. And whatever earned money, I will utilize in the DMart and I will purchase my requirement. Getting this? So DMart में क्या हो जाएगा, मेरा पैसा उधर जाएगा. And on the basis of that amount, DMart people will purchase new raw material, new finished goods, and they will keep in the store. Getting this? सो इकोनॉमिक्स बेसिकली क्या होता है? इकोनॉमिक इज बेसिकली, इतना मैं एक्सप्लेन क्यों कर रहा हूं, बिकॉज इकोनॉमिक्स है क्या एक्चुअली? Economics is the spending. Economics is the spending and saving or investment pattern of individual. यहाँ पे हम लोग किसका स्टडी करें? स्पेंडिंग पैटर्न। पैसे लोग कैसे स्पेंड करते हैं और पैसे लोग कैसे कमाते हैं। गेटिंग दिस? तो इसको इकोनॉमिक्स बोलते हैं। Getting this? So economic is the tendency, or it is the pattern of consumption and saving. It is the pattern of consumption and saving of individual or the firm. Business का या individual का consumption pattern क्या है और saving pattern क्या है और अर्निंग पैटर्न क्या है, इसका जो स्टडी होता है उसको इकोनॉमिक्स बोलते हैं। गेटिंग दिस? नाउ let us limit us to our syllabus now. Okay, to understand this, let us consider one business scenario. अभी हम लोग एक business scenario का study करेंगे. Let us imagine one business where various managers are working, various employees are working. So let us look towards the slide. Managers in their day-to-day activities are always confronted with several issues. So as a manager of my organization, I should have to produce some of the goods. Okay. Then as per the market demand, I should have to launch this product, or I should have to send this product into the market. Okay. Now there should be the equilibrium between your supply and demand. इसका मतलब क्या है? मार्केट में कितनी रिक्वायरमेंट है, अकॉर्डिंगली यू आर केपेबल टू प्रोड्यूस द प्रोडक्ट एंड यू आर केपेबल टू सप्लाई दिस प्रोडक्ट ऑन द राइट टाइम टू द मार्केट. If there is the lacuna between supply and market demand, then what is going to happen? My economy or my capital will be blocked. तो बिजनेस सिनेरियो में मैनेजर को कौन से डिसीजन लेना पड़ता है? फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट how much demand is there into the market to the my product. So as per this demand, I have to arrange my inventory. As per this demand, I have to arrange my machinery, I have to arrange my labor, I have to arrange my technology. Getting this? So here, in case of business scenario, manager has to take the decision related to supply of goods, supply of inventories, supply of finished goods, supply of labor, supply of capital. So how much quantity is required in the market, that decision you have to take. So while taking this decision, you should have to adapt some of the tools and techniques of economics. Then while selling the prices is product in the market, at that time, what should be the price of that product? What should be the price of that product? So while deciding the price of the product, you have to understand, you have to make the market analysis. How many competitors are there into the market? If I increase the product too much, then again my demand will be less, because there is the inverse relationship between your demand and price. अगर price ज्यादा बढ़ाया तो demand कम होने वाला है. For example, अगर जेमिनी सनफ्लावर ऑयल की प्राइसेस बढ़ती है, तो मैं डिमांड में जाने के बाद मैं क्या सोचता, 2 मुझे थैली लेनी थी, तो मैं क्या करूंगा, नहीं, लेट अस टेक ओनली 1, बिकॉज आई मैं एक्सपेक्ट दैट कि नेक्स्ट हफ्ते में डिमांड उसका क्या प्राइस कम होने वाला है. दिवाली के सीजन में सनफ्लावर के प्राइसेस, जेमिनी सूर्यफूल सनफ्लावर ऑयल के प्राइसेस बहुत बढ़े थे. ठीक है, उसके बाद वंस दैट फेस्टिवल इज ओवर, देन उसके प्राइसेस कम हो गए. इसका मतलब क्या होता है, इफ आई इंक्रीज द प्राइस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट, दैट टाइम डिमांड टू दैट प्रोडक्ट मे डिक्रीज. देयर इज द इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन दिस. सो प्राइस बढ़ाते समय मैंने ऐसा बढ़ाना चाहिए कि डिमांड टू दैट प्रोडक्ट शुड नॉट डिक्रीज. ओके, तो ये व्हाट शुड बी द एक्चुअल प्राइस और व्हाट शुड बी द थ्रेशोल्ड प्राइस, दैट आई हैव टू डिसाइड. एंड टू डिसाइड दैट थ्रेशोल्ड प्राइस at which your demand should not decrease, to decide that price, you have to study the economics, and where the tools and techniques of economics may be useful. Then, should we produce product internally, or should we brought it from outside? So if you are purchasing some raw material or inventory to manufacture the product, at that time, can we able to produce the product in the our firm? अगर मुझे possible है क्या produce करना? नहीं, अगर है तो why we are not producing? If it is not required, if it is not possible, then can we produce, can we purchase from outside? So to take this kind of decision, make or buy decision बोलते हैं इसको. ये make or buy decision manager has to take on daily basis. Take this decision, again you have to use the some of the concepts of economy. Then how much quantity will be produced to make a given amount of profit? तो मुझे एज अ मैनेजर आई हैव टू डिसाइड माय प्रॉफिट ऑब्जेक्टिव, मुझे कितना कमाना है एक साल में. गेटिंग दिस? तो अगर माय ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू अर्न 10 करोड़ रुपीस एज अ प्रॉफिट, देन मुझे कितने का टर्नओवर करना पड़ेगा? अगर इतने का टर्नओवर करना है, 100 करोड़ रुपीस का अगर टर्नओवर करना है, मुझे 10 करोड़ रुपीस प्रॉफिट चाहिए, इसका मतलब एटलीस्ट आई शुड हैव माय टर्नओवर ऑफ अबाउट 100 करोड़ रुपीस. अगर ये 100 करोड़ रुपीस का टर्नओवर करना है, मीन्स व्हाट? हाउ मच कैपिटल आई हैव टू बोरो, how much capital I need to invest in my raw material, how much capital I have to invest into my fixed assets, how much capital I have to invest in the in case of my fixed asset like land, building, machinery, how much capital I should have to invest on labor, how much capital I should have to invest on research and development. So accordingly, you need to adjust your capital. Getting this? To take this kind of decisions related to supply, related to price, related to your internal capacity, related to your related to your inventories, related to your production capacity, related to your to solve your management problem, every time you have to use economics. Because if it is the business, means what? Around the economy, around the economics, your business rotates. So here, due to having so many issues in the business, we can take one example. Supply side के problem हो सकते हैं, price related problem हो सकते हैं, capacity building related problem हो सकते हैं, production related problem हो सकते हैं, technological related problem हो सकते हैं, सप्लाई रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम हो सकते हैं, डिमांड रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम हो सकते हैं. ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए हमको क्या करना है? मैनेजरल इकोनॉमिक्स का स्टडी करना. मैनेजरल इकोनॉमिक्स यानी क्या है कि वी हैव टू अप्लाई टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स व्हाइल सॉल्विंग द बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम्स. इसलिए दिस सब्जेक्ट इज इनटू योर सिलेबस. ठीक है? So this is the business scenario. This business scenario is very much complicated or complex business scenario. Every day your problems are going to change. हर रोज का दिन कुछ नया है. हर रोज के नए दिन में नए प्रॉब्लम्स आने वाले हैं, नए चैलेंजेस आने वाले हैं. The challenges may be related to your demand. The challenges may be related to your capacity. Challenges may be related to your supply. Challenges may be related to your price. Challenges may be related to your competitors products. So ये सॉल्व करने के लिए मुझे इकोनॉमिक्स का जरूरी है, इकोनॉमिक्स का स्टडी करने की जरूरी है. So this is something about business scenario. So it may be any kind of business. It may be manufacturing business or it may be service industry. Problems are there, and your future is uncertain. कल क्या होने वाला है मेरे business के साथ? I can't predict. Getting this? So whatever problem is there, and accordingly looking towards the problem, you have to take immediate decision. And if your decision is wrong, then your entire organization will suffer the loss. If your decision is correct or true, then entire organization will progress. So here, though you are from various background, though you are from engineering background or commerce background or any background, here you should know some of the basic concepts of economics, because being the business works under the foundation of economics. Economics के ऊपर ये सारे businesses चलते हैं. Getting this? That's why you should know some of the basic knowledge of economics. That is something about business economics. Now let us look towards the introduction of economics. Now economics actually है क्या? ओके, तो सी इकोनॉमिक्स ये क्या है? इट इज द स्टडी ऑफ ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज, इट इज द स्टडी ऑफ ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी और ह्यूमन बिहेवियर, और इट इज द स्टडी ऑफ ह्यूमन बिहेवियर एट द बोथ इंडिविजुअल एज वेल एज नेशनल लेवल। ठीक है, तो इकोनॉमिक्स में हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? सो हाउ द पर्सन इज गोइंग टू get the revenue, get the sources of revenue, get the sources of income, and where it is going to be utilized, and how efficiently how he is going to utilize. So इकोनॉमिक्स में हम लोगों को क्या करना है? इंडिविजुअल पर्सन का स्टडी करना है, ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज का, और एट ए नेशनल लेवल एज अ कंट्री, कंट्री का इकोनॉमी कैसे चलता है, और इंडिविजुअल इकोनॉमी, इंडिविजुअल कंपनी का इकोनॉमी कैसा चलता है, इंडिविजुअल पर्सन का इकोनॉमी कैसा चलता है, ये सारा स्टडी किस में होता है? इकोनॉमिक्स में। गेटिंग दिस? सो फाइनेंशियल पैटर्न और financial status of the organization, financial status or financial status of the individual, that we are going to study under this economics. Okay, now in early stage, economics is considered as the wealth science of the wealth science. It is called as a science because why it is science? Because you have to use some of the tools and techniques, you have to use certain methodologies, some of the practices, some of the rules and regulations. That's why it is the science. So it is the science of wealth. Wealth means it is your wealth में क्या मराठी में उसको संपत्ति बोलते हैं। ठीक है, so it is the science of your wealth, how you are going to manage your wealth, how you are going to manage your wealth, how you are going to generate the wealth, and how you are going to utilize your wealth. That is something about economics. Okay, now every one of us is involved in the efforts of aiming at earning money. हम लोग पैसा क्यों कमाते हैं? Because to satisfy our basic needs and supplementary needs. Getting this? मेरे basic needs क्या है? Food, clothing, shelter. These are my basic needs. And supplementary needs means what? I should have to purchase. मुझे एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे जाने के लिए मुझे गाड़ी चाहिए, इसलिए again this is my supplementary need, this is not my basic need. I can go by walk, I can go by transportation like bus, I can go by city bus, or I can go by four-wheeler, I can go by two-wheeler as well. This is my supplementary need. If I stop to work in the organization, अगर मैं कंपनी में गया नहीं तो मुझे गाड़ी की जरूरत नहीं है, अगर मुझे कंपनी में जाना है तो मुझे गाड़ी की जरूरत है। Getting this? So this is called as a supplementary. Your basic need is your job, your food, your clothing and your shelter. अगर मैंने अगर if I want to earn something, then I can utilize the whatever you have earned. First, my priority is I should have food. Then my second priority is my cloth. Next is I should have shelter. And along with this, again, I will able to fulfill my supplementary needs. For example, supplementary need means what? First is for example, I wanted to go for movie. I wanted to go for hotels. I wanted to have my four-wheeler. I wanted to have my insurance premium. So these are the supplementary needs. To fulfill your basic needs and supplementary needs, I need money. Getting this? To generate this money, I should have to earn this money by two ways. First is either I have to do the business or I have to work somewhere. Getting this? So I can get in the form of salary or I can get in the form of profit if I'm working there. Okay. Now, next is, तो इसका स्टडी इकोनॉमिक्स में होता है. Now, such activities like earning and spending of money is called as the economic activity. So those activity where there is the exchange of goods and services with respect to cash or with respect to money, so that is part of economics. So here, such activities are earning and spending are called as economic activities. So economic is the study of human activity both at individual and national level. ठीक है, तो इकोनॉमिक्स में ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज का स्टडी करना है इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे, एट इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे एंड एट नेशनल लेवल. दैट इज द इकोनॉमिक्स. And in the 18th century, the Adam Smith, the father of economics, defined the economics as a study of nature and uses of national wealth. So first definition of economics is given in the 18th century by the economics famous economist Adam Smith. उसने क्या बोला है? Economics क्या है? It is study of nature. Study of nature means it is the study of environment. Study of nature यानी nature नहीं, it is the environment. Study of environment, society's environment, along with and uses of national's wealth. National's wealth means what? Natural resources you are going to utilize. Because see here, the natural resources are the resources which are not going to be generated again and again. For example, water, for example, coal, for example, electricity. Getting this? So these are the limited kind of resources. Getting this? So how this is the nation's wealth, and in economics we are going to study how these natural resources, how these are the resources are utilized in the society. Okay, so this is something about introduction of economics. Then just look towards the definition of economics. First read this definition, then I will explain you the definition of economics. First we have to study the definition of economics. This is very vast because see, finance, accounting, costing, these are the branches of economics. Economics ये जो अभी मैंने बोला, फाइनेंस, अकाउंटिंग, कॉस्टिंग, ऑडिट, टैक्सेशन, ये सारे इकोनॉमिक्स के ब्रांचेस है. सो इकोनॉमिक्स इज वेरी वाइड. ओके, इकोनॉमिक्स इज वेरी वाइड कंसेप्ट. तो इसमें से डिवीजन करके फाइनेंस साइड को निकाला, अकाउंटिंग साइड को निकाला है, कॉस्टिंग साइड को निकाला, टैक्सेशन साइड को निकाला है. सो इकोनॉमिक्स इज द very wide concept. Let us see the definitions of the economics. Just go through this definition, these definitions. Just try to understand.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Just hold 1 minute. Hold one minute. Yes.
Yeah. It's not audible, sir. Yeah.
I had given time you to read this slide. That's why I was just taking your attendance.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let us try to understand the definition of economics first. Adam Smith is the economics. Alfred Marshall is also economist. ठीक है, उसने क्या बोला है देखिए, Adam Smith is the first economist who gave the definition of economics in 18th century, and he is called as a father of economics. उसने क्या बोला है? He has defined economics as a study of nature and uses of national wealth. So uses of national wealth यानी utilization of national countries जो हमारी मालमत्ता बोलते हैं ना, फॉर एग्जाम्पल water is our resources, that is also wealth. Then coal is our wealth. Then whatever is the natural resources of this country, on the basis of this you are going to utilize this and you are going to generate the income. तो इकोनॉमिक्स में क्या है, नेशनल के या कंट्री के रिसोर्सेस और उसका यूटिलाइजेशन और उसका नेचर का स्टडी किसमें होता है, उसको बोला है इकोनॉमिक्स. सो दिस इज द डेफिनेशन. देन डॉक्टर अल्फ्रेड मार्शल क्या बोलता है, वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट इकोनॉमिक्स इन द 19th सेंचुरी. 19th सेंचुरी में उसने डेफिनेशन दिया है, इकोनॉमिक्स इज द स्टडी ऑफ ह्यूमंस एक्शंस इन द ऑर्डिनरी बिजनेस ऑफ द लाइफ. यानी whatever is the tendency, how my economy, how my behavior is going to change as per my income throughout my life. Study of this it is called as economics. जैसे बोला है इंडिविजुअल पर्सन के या लोगों के थ्रू आउट द लाइफ उसका एक्टिविटीज या उसका जो बिहेवियर है उसका जो स्टडी होता है उसको क्या बोला है, इकोनॉमिक्स बोला है. इकोनॉमिक्स में उसका स्टडी होता है. इट इंक्वायर्स हाउ ह्यूमन गेट्स हिज इनकम एंड हाउ ही यूजेस इट. फॉर एग्जांपल आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल. when I was a college student, at that time I don't have any income. That time my preferences of brand was different. For example, जब मैं college student था, that time I was using, for example, some local brands of shirts, local brands of shoes, local brands of, for example, perfumes and so many things, soap as well. When my income increases, when I start earning, at that time on the basis of my income, as I change my brands. Means what? As per the income capacity of individual, the spending pattern can change. Out of my, for example, if I'm earning 100 rupees, out of 100 rupees, for let us say 20 rupees will go towards my saving. Getting this? Then remaining 50 rupees will be for satisfying my basic need, and remaining 30 rupees I will try to utilize for supplementary services. तो बचे हुए 30 rupees में से मैं क्या करूंगा, for example, I will go move for movie, I will purchase some of the, I will make some of the shoppings. Getting this? तो इसका स्टडी मीन्स व्हाट, अगर मेरा 100 रुपये कमाया तो ये मेरा स्पेंडिंग पैटर्न है. अगर मैंने 200 कमाया तो अगेन माय स्पेंडिंग पैटर्न विल बी डिफरेंट. गेटिंग दिस? सो बाय फुलफिलिंग माय बेसिक नीड्स, अगेन आई विल ट्राई टू यूटिलाइज दिस मनी एट समवेयर एल्स. इसका जिसमें स्टडी होता है इसको इकोनॉमिक्स बोलते हैं. ऐसा बोला है अल्फ्रेड मार्शल. ओके, सो Marshall observed that a chief aim of economics is to promote human welfare but not wealth. To promote human welfare. Welfare यानी हमारा standard of life और way of life, way of living of life. इसका जो इसमें स्टडी होता है that is something about economics. Now, अभी हमारे सब्जेक्ट का नाम है managerial economics. Managerial economics, there are two words, one is managerial, second is the economics. So here, as a businessman or as an employee of organization, we have to study two concepts here. So first is the economics and next one is the management. Economics क्या है? Economics is the one of the science where we have to study the behavior of the person or behavior of individual within the society as well as within the country. Then management, here also we have to study how you are going to manage your resources. Here we have to study the tools and techniques. It is not managerial economics is not your pure economics. Here, while working in the organization, while running my organization, to certain extent I have to apply, again I am repeating, to certain extent I have to apply tools and techniques of economics. Managerial economics इसको क्या क्यों बोलते हैं? Because it is a practical things, it is not theoretical. Managerial economics में मुझे क्या करना है? While solving my business problem, while solving while taking the business decision, I have to apply theories of economics, and then I have to take the decision. Getting this? So in managerial economics is the practical approach. It is the practical approach where you have to utilize, you have to directly implement whatever you are going to learn in this economics. You have to direct apply on the business. You have to direct apply on the business to take the decision. इसलिए इसको managerial economics बोलते हैं. Okay. Now just see the introduction of managerial economics. इसमें क्या करना है? Managerial economics is refers to the firm's decision making process. मुझे on the spot, as a business, as a line manager, as a production manager, as a supervisor, as an employee of my organization, I have to take the decision on immediate basis whether to purchase material from that supplier, not to purchase from material from that supplier. I have to take the decision. Getting this? Whether to produce 100 units or not to produce 100 units, I have to take the decision immediately. Whether to sell this product into the Pune market, whether to sell this product into Nagpur market, whether to sell this product into the domestic market, whether to sell this product into international product market, I have to decide. Okay. To take this kind of decision within fraction of second, I have to study the economics. Okay. And that's why it is called as a managerial economics. Managerial economics will not give you that much of time because you have to take time immediately. Here, while running my organization, I don't have that much of time. Okay. To take a right kind of decision, I will apply the principles and tools of economics. That's why we have to study this economics. Okay. अभी देखिए मैनेजरल इकोनॉमिक्स को इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमिक्स भी बोलते हैं या बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स भी बोलते हैं. क्यों? बिकॉज I have to study economics to the extent which is required to my industry. जितना मेरे business को चाहिए उतना ही मैं सीखूंगा. Getting this? So the things, the tools or the things or the syllabus which is required to run my organization, to drive my organization, to do the business, that much extent of economics I am going to study. Okay. Now,
Excuse me.
yes.
Sorry, can you stop here because we have to join next lecture?
Yes. Within 1 minute, I'm going to finish.
Okay, sir.
Okay. This will be our last slide. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, managerial economics में क्या करना है? This is the applications of economic theories and methodologies to business administration practice. मेरा business चलाने के लिए मुझे क्या करना है? I have to apply some of the tools and techniques of economics. कितने use करने हैं? To certain it is required. If I have problem related to price, I have to use price demand analysis. If I am problem related to raw material, I have to use certain techniques related to EOQ or your inventory related inventory management tools you have to utilize here. Okay. अभी managerial economics क्या करता है? It bridges the gap between traditional economics and real business practices. Real business practices में economics, एक आपका theoretical knowledge और प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज कंबाइन करके आपको डिसीजन लेना है. दैट्स व्हाई मैनेजरियल इकोनॉमिक्स इज देयर. सो हियर दिस मैनेजरियल इकोनॉमिक्स विल प्रोवाइड द सॉल्यूशन फॉर योर इकोनॉमिक बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम. हमारे बिजनेस के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व आउट करने के लिए, फाइंड आउट करने के लिए, उसको सॉल्यूशन निकालने के लिए मुझे मैनेजरियल इकोनॉमिक्स का स्टडी करना है. ओके. सो दिस वाज द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ मैनेजरियल इकोनॉमिक्स. ठीक है. Till that time, we have not started the economics. Till that time, we have not started the syllabus. Okay. Just we have discussed about the what is economy and why, what is the importance of economies into today's business. Okay. So let us stop today here, and tomorrow we will be having session at 7 p.m. Okay. Thank you so much. In case of any doubt, you can also ask me the questions. Okay. So let us stop here. Tomorrow we will go to the next slide. Thank you so much.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. In case of any doubt, I will next lecture I will give you my mobile number as well, so you can ask me questions, and during the lectures also you can also stop me and you can ask me questions. Okay.
Yeah,
In case
sure.
of
Thank you.
yes, in case of any queries, you can ask me. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.